Our climate, it's ranging now. Because of the non-recyclable materials, it's affecting our climate.
Global warming is caused by pollution. There's too much carbon dioxide in our atmosphere.
Our rivers are very dirty, and a fair amount of the product that are in these rivers, it's our waste products.
We have an accountability and responsibility to make sure that we leave this planet in a better place for the future generation.
We should be looking at initiatives. How can we play an active role?
The school recycling program is a program aimed at improving recycling awareness within communities. It takes place within the primary schools and high schools around South Africa, more so in the areas where CCBSA is present and is operating. The program is divided into different phases. I mean, there's a collection phase where schools go out and collect and the collectibles get recorded. But then there is also another phase, which is the adjudication phase, where we identify the top collecting schools, the top 10 in the primary category and the top 5 in the high school category. We visit those, and what we actually do in the adjudication phase is that we want to find out what other ways have they implemented when it comes to recycling. Eventually, if they become the top collecting school, then they get to win what we call grand prize. We encourage the schools to use the money that they accumulate for infrastructural development of the school. Because it's not only about just collecting, we also encourage them to be innovative, do other stuff, upcycle where they can, and make sure that they integrate the educational part of it into the whole experience of recycling.
Programs like this are very important in schools, whereby kids grow up knowing about the importance of environment, knowing about the importance of recycling, knowing that waste is not waste, but waste is cash.
To recycle is very good because the thrown away material, that's not the end of it.
It was amazing the things that they've done on their own without us being there, without us pushing them. You know, they came up with so many different ideas.
We make things that are old to be new again.
We've got fridges, we've got cars, we've got fountains, all sorts of things that we have never seen before.
They've built themselves furniture, they've built themselves clothes, some have shoes, they've got car toys.
We are competing against ourselves. We don't compete with other schools. We want to be better than ourselves the previous year.
The Schools Recycling Program is a multifaceted program. We touch, a number of stakeholders, one being the educators and the learners. You also touch communities in which they live in. The other part would be working with the youth. So how do you help create opportunities through the Schools Recycling Representative Program?
School recycling representatives are young people that are either in between jobs or just finished matric and they would like to gain some work experience.
So the SRRs, their responsibilities is to visit schools, okay? And then encourage collection of waste, conduct competitions, and also assist in terms of volume collection.
It wasn't just about recycling, so I saw that these kids, they do have potential.
You can actually see the change in the schools, in the people, even in the kids when you talk about recycling. It motivates, sing with the kids, make them dance, which is just fun.
When it comes to the waste collectors, we forge a relationship with them to make sure that they actually participate in the program to increase their waste streams because these waste collectors would have been collecting elsewhere in the communities, but not necessarily within the schools.
We have problems of jobs in South Africa. Through the collection infrastructure and the collectors, we're creating jobs, meaningful jobs.
When I started off, I had only 2 guys helping me. Today we're sitting at about 24 guys that are already helping me, that are directly employed by me. And this is good because now you're taking people off the streets, so you're providing employment.
For me, collectors are the center hold because without them, I mean, kids can bring waste as much as they can to the school, but if the collector is not there to collect, then there will be a problem.
Coca-Cola is such a big brand that we should be in the forefront of saving the world.
5 million young people over the years that we have touched, that we have educated, that we have empowered.
So in the future, I'd like to see the schools recycling program grow into being more of an integrated schools program.
We would like to expand and reach as many schools as we can, as far as our resources can take us.
Today, we're sitting with over 800 schools. And, you know, last year the department challenged us, said we've got close to 25,000 schools. Can we do more? And I say, yes, we can, but not by ourselves.
We have seen from the evidence coming from CCBSA that in areas where you've got school recycling programs or community recycling programs, the number of households that sort their waste for recycling is increased.
I'm looking forward to working with other corporates. I'm looking forward to working with other food and beverage manufacturers. And together we go and we make this program work in all schools.
We've got to focus on youth, and we've got to make sure that we educate them about what recycling is all about, reuse is all about, and why we need to do it.
We are saying thank you. One hand is not enough, and one heart is not enough. We needed more than one heart to feel what we were feeling.
Like they always say, if you teach a child, you teach your whole nation, because they're going to grow up and become someone who will know about recycling and they can spread the word.
There were opportunities that were opened through this program. We are eating porridges in the mornings, we are having breakfast, and it brings me so much joy to see the kids happy, to see them smiling.
It's about saying, what future do we want to hand over to our children? And we want to hand over a future that is clean, that is bright, and that is prosperous for the future. That's what we need to do.